Hi, this is October Smith. I'm the manager out here at Long Acres Ranch. We're going to do a project with the quail, quail hatching project. So one of the science teaks is life cycle of a chicken, fish, or frog. And rather than doing a bunch of chickens, we're going to do quail. And they're talking up a storm here. These are what you're going to be hatching. So why we chose to do quail and kind of focus on that instead of hatching chickens is quail is what's called an indicator species. So that means that if you have quail, you have a healthy ecosystem. Quail have not been in this area for probably about 60 years. And by hatching the quail, we're releasing them out here on the ranch and hoping to repopulate at least a small area of Richmond with some native birds out here. These are some birds that were hatched in Lamar, and they all had issues, and what we ended up doing was keeping them and not releasing them, so they hang out in this area now. And I'm laughing because this guy is kind of struggling to get over this thing right here. There you go. Maybe you can get over. So we've got some on display here, and we also have an area that I'll show you here in a few minutes, a wildlife area that where we're going to release these quail. Just to give you a little bit of information about them. So this is a female right here, and this is a male. And like I said, they live happily in this pen. They get fed. I've been feeding them treats, so they're getting sunflower seeds as treats. That's why they're all around here being pretty active. A group of them is called a covey. So this is a covey of 5. We've got 2 males and 3 females. Normally you should only have 1 male, but because these have been raised together, they're good. But yeah, this is the quail hatching project. This is part of it. Again, this pen lives out here so that we can actually show the birds in captivity, but then we also have wild birds out in a native grass area. And that's it. So once we get the quail back, we will put the quail in these big brooder boxes. There's 2 right here, and we have an additional one that we need to go pull. And the quail will stay in here until they're feathered out and they can stay outside by themselves. We'll add heat and food and water. We're back behind the barn, so there's not going to be people around because we don't want them used to people. So we'll keep them in here. We'll make sure that they, again, have food and water. And once they feather out, which will probably be early June, then we'll take these big boxes and we'll go place them into the native grass area where the quail will be released into the wild. This is our native grass plot out here. This has been a 4-year-long project and continues to be a project. So we have restored the grass out here to be a natural environment for the quail. So once the quail are feathered out, which again will be around June, we will bring the tractor with the brooder box and we'll place it in this area. Now quail stay within a certain area, within so many miles of where they originate. So the idea is that by placing this brooder box here and having some food in it, we just lift up the bottom so they can run in and out, and then they can run in and out of this cattle panel. And it's also got electric wire on the top so that the raccoons don't get in and eat all the baby quail. That's the idea, but in theory, the quail can leave and never go back in it. But this is where they will be once we release them out into the wild. So far, we've found 2 coveys of quail from 2 years ago, from 2019 that we released. We didn't do the project last year because of COVID. So we're hoping to get even more this year, but this gives you an idea of where the quail will be located, something to show the students, and we can do another video specifically for them. But this is so that you have an understanding of once they come to us, we keep them up by the barn until they're feathered out. So it takes about 6 to 8 weeks. And then we bring them out here, and this is where we actually release them.